What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about how to start an online fitness business with no money. That's right, you heard me, with no money. And I'm gonna show you how to do this so that way for all those people who think you need money, I wake your ass up and show you you don't. But before we dive in, I would love it if you please showed some love, like, comment, subscribe, share this with everybody, because the more love you show me, the more love I can show you back. All right guys, so the first thing we're gonna start with is start with what you have, because what you have is plenty. I say this all the time because a lot of people out there think they need a whole bunch of money. They think they need a whole bunch of resources. They think they need a whole bunch of everything just to start their business online as fitness professionals. I'm here to tell you that that is not true. Take it from me. I started with what I had, okay? When you go back in the day, 7, 8 years ago, I was collabing with my buddy. I didn't even have a camera at the time, or we was using my phones, or we were exchanging. And then finally I got a camera after like a year in of doing this over and over again, because then I was able to afford for it. But I started with my phone, guys, my phone. And you guys can start with your phone too. Especially now, I think it's like every phone from 2017 and up has a 4K camera. So there's no excuses. You have a phone that has a 4K camera, whether it's an iPhone, Apple, or an Android, they're good phones. Start with what you have, okay? The next thing, right? If you don't understand how to use, let's say, the computers or some of the certain softwares and tools in there, like other people do, start with what you have. If it's just Google Drive, if it's just your documents, if it's just sharing stuff through email, and that's what you can start first, start with that and just move your way up, all right? But start with something, all right? It's better than nothing. And then from there you can upgrade. I did the same thing too. I started with what I had. I would send my clients their programs through email and through Google Drive, and I would also use documents and spreadsheets, and that was it, right? And as you build your business and you make some money, then you can do upgrades and get into softwares and get into other more sophisticated programs that make it look nicer. But guys, at the end of the day, your client cares about you, right? As a person and what you're gonna deliver them as value. That's where the true knowledge and the true expertise of yourself will show, and that's what they care about. So don't worry about all this fancy equipment, all this fancy stuff, or needing all this money to put in. Start with what you have, because what you have is plenty. Number 2, this is one of my favorites. Start learning from somebody else who started from the bottom, who didn't have that much money, and worked their way up in the field that you're in, okay? So it's like I kind of mentioned before, start with what you have, because what you have is plenty. Learn from somebody who did the same, right? They started with nothing. They didn't put barely any money into their online fitness business, and they worked their way up. The reason why I'm saying that is you want to learn from somebody like that, because if they're successful, that means that you can relate with them, and you can also associate with them, and you can see that if you're starting at that point, well, there's hope for you. And now you can learn all the mistakes they did, you can learn all the challenges they went through, all the barriers, and you can learn all the stuff they learned along the way and speed up your process and speed up your time. That's why I'm a huge advocate of coaches, mentors, and that's where I believe in that your money should go in first before buying all this crazy equipment, investing in all these other platforms or people right away. Invest in a coach first that did it and started where you're at right now currently with no money or barely any resources, so that way you can get through the barriers, the challenges, and they can guide you correctly on what's most important, which is driving your clientele up and your sales up, because then you can get more of those resources. So learn from somebody who's done it themselves, who's proven it, especially in your field, because that's who you want to be able to grow from. Not just some person who fell right into it because they had the right connects and they started ahead of the game, and you're not saying they don't bring value, but you're gonna get more value from the person that you can relate with the most and started it in the same position you did, because that's gonna be the person that's gonna get you out of that hole. Number 3, guys, start posting content on social media and be consistent with it. I say this all the time on my podcast, on my social media. You need to start posting content and be consistent, okay? A lot of people are scared to post their content. You need to start challenging yourself. Put yourself in an uncomfortable position to win, because this is what's gonna help you to explode and drive more traffic into your online fitness business. If you're not posting content, then you're done. And not only posting content, but posting content that's relatable, shows your personality, shows your morals, your values, your lifestyle, right? People want to know you as a person. I say this all the time over and over again. People want to know you as a person, not just a coach. All right. If you're just showing content of you being a coach, workouts, people don't know who you are. They're probably not going to work with you. They're going to work with you solely based on who you are as a person and what you drive forward in your everyday, day-to-day life. That's what's going to help you bring in the right clientele. And then on top of that, being consistent, because if you're not consistent, people are going to be like, oh, he started here or she started here, and let's see how they're going to go. Are they going to keep doing this for another few weeks or a month? Oh, they stopped. Oh, okay, that was it. People are watching, guys. When you think they're not watching is when they're watching the most. So being consistent is part of the game, because people want to know if you're the real deal or if you're going to fall and break. All right, guys, here's another one. This one's number 4. Understanding the difference between good debt and bad debt. It's a huge importance right here, because a lot of people hold themselves back from investing, right, into the right things because they're worried about certain debt. Okay, and this goes mainly with coaches and mentors, like I mentioned, right? Start with what you have when it comes to resources and when it comes to equipment and content and other stuff. But when it comes to your mentor and a coach who can really streamline and speed things up for you and really start bringing you money to invest into those other things, this is a good part to determine good debt versus bad debt. And I'll tell you this because I myself was in a situation when I first hired my first coach. I was nervous, I was scared, I didn't know how to handle it. And when I realized the difference between good debt and bad debt, this changed my life. Okay, it really sped up my process. And until this day, I have 2 coaches and I will continue to hire coaches. It only elevates me in my business. So what is good debt? Good debt is when you invest in your self-growth, right? There's no better investment than investing in yourself. Why? Because this is going to give you a massive ROI, okay? If you invest into your own education, you invest into your own growth, your own business, you'll be able to flourish down the road. I will tell you right now that if you do this the right way, you will succeed. If you can see that this is a good debt and not a bad debt, you will win, all right? And the reason this is a good debt is because, yes, you are putting money into something which will temporarily put you in a temporary debt, but it's going to put you in a massive win scenario when you learn all this material from somebody who's done it, been there before, and can speed up the process for you, get you over those hurdles faster than when they did, because they already experienced that. And now you are starting to get a massive ROI back into your business. And now that debt is going to be able to reduce massively and eliminate, and you're going to be able to 10x your business in a short time period span, right? And usually you want to be able to focus on these things, because if you wait too long, 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, and you're stuck in the same situation, you're never going to get over those hurdles. Learn from the right people so you can move fast, right? You got to remember that you want to be able to move forward, move quick, succeed, fail fast, so that way you can keep winning, all right? And then bad debt. What's a bad debt? It's, let's say you're in the same situation you're in right now, and now you come across something like a trip, or let's say you might want a new car, or like a luxury purse, right? But you know you can't spend your money on that you have, or a credit card or whatever, and you're like, oh, but I really like it, and you buy it. That depreciates. There's no value there, right? Depreciates. It's a depreciating asset. So right there, that's a bad debt, okay? That's a bad debt. That could have been used on educating yourself to bring in more money, like I mentioned, in a mentor, in a coach. So understanding the difference between good debt and bad debt is going to help you make better decisions when you're approaching a moment of trying to grow your business, trying to grow yourself, a new project. You're going to understand that, is this a good debt? Is this bad debt? And then also always asking yourself, does this align with my vision? If it does, pull the trigger. And if it doesn't, then you know what to do. This is the last one. If you are serious about investing in yourself, and you are serious about getting the help you need to grow your online fitness business, then pull the trigger on applying for a new credit card, or ask for a credit card increase for the current credit card you have, or pull out a business loan. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I tell you right now, there's a lot of people out there that have spent tons and tons and tons of money on college, universities, and they're not even doing their job in whatever degree they got in. And it's sad. And they spend from anywhere between 50 to hundreds of thousands of dollars or more on these insane degrees, and then they end up switching their career, or they don't end up working in whatever the degree was. Or if they do, they're not even making that much money in today's world. So you need to understand that, guys, times have changed. And it's important that you do invest in yourself in other areas. So don't allow yourself to hold yourself back from getting a coach who can help you in a more specific area, direct area, especially when it comes to building a business, who's gonna teach you sales, how to make money, market yourself, understand culture and vision, understand how to be able to build a brand. That's gonna take you to the top, right? That's gonna take you to the next hurdle. There's people who are out here paying, taking up to 20, 30, 40 years to pay off their school loan debt, right? Where if you can invest in a course, in a mentor, in a coach who can eliminate a lot of this debt within a few months to a year, that's a huge ROI. And I guarantee you the investment, the initial investment, is nowhere close to what it costs to go to school. So if in your gut you feel that this coach or mentor aligns with you to help you build your online fitness business, pull the trigger. If it's in your gut, pull the trigger. If it aligns with your vision, when you ask yourself, does this align with my vision? Pull the trigger, right? Apply for the credit card. It's good debt because you're gonna make it 10x back, right? Ask for a credit increase. You might be able to get it, right? There's some people who have gone 3, 4, 5 years without a credit increase. It's about that time. Get it, it's good debt. Or get a business loan if you really need to. You've pulled out loans for your school, so why wouldn't you put on a loan for yourself and your own business? Guys, understand that this all ties in together, right? But it goes back to investing in yourself. And if you believe in yourself and your business, then I guarantee you, you would invest correctly, smartly, and with your vision in mind. So guys, if you got value out of this, if you enjoyed this video, if this helped with your decision-making process, or it's helped reframe the way that you think about coaching, investing in coaching, building your businesses online, when you're running your health and fitness business, then I would love for you to like, comment, share, subscribe, and share, and really pour this out into the world, because there's a lot of other coaches that need to listen to this more and more and more. Because a lot of coaches out there are confused, they're scared to invest in themselves, and they don't know where to start. And I'm telling you right now that this is gonna give you the direction of where to start and give you the mental framework that you need to be able to continue succeeding. Catch you in the next one. Much love, guys. Let's go.